Good morning, everybody. So, if the size of business is small one, it may be possible to enter each and every transaction in one book only called journal, which is generally known as the book of original entry. In our previous chapter, we will learn how to pass a journal entry, right? But when the size of the business grows and the number of transactions become very large, it is no longer possible to record all the transaction in one journal only. So the journal is subdivided into a number of special journals. The special journals are also known as the day book, the special purpose books or subsidiary books, or the books of original entry. So in this chapter we will learn about the cash book. The cash book is a subsidiary book and also known as the book of original entry. There are following books called subsidiary books or books of original entry, that is cash book, purchase book, sale book, purchase return book, sale return book, journal proper, right? Now what is cash book? This book is used to record all transactions relating to cash receipts and cash payments. Means only cash transactions are recorded in cash book. Only cash transactions are recorded in cash book. Credit transaction and where cash is not affected are not recorded in this book. This book enables a businessman to know the balance of cash in hand and at a bank at any point of time. Means it is still the balance of cash in hand and balance at bank. It also gives information about the daily receipts payment and the closing cash balance at the end of each day. This is very popular book and it is maintained by all the organization, big or small, right? The next is types of cash book. So there are four type of cash book: the single column, double column, triple column and petty cash book. But in your syllabus there is only three cash book: the single column cash book, double column cash book and petty cash book. Single column cash book means only one column called cash column, right? And double column cash book means having a cash and bank columns. Means our cash retained in our business, means in the form of in hand, and we can deposit cash in the bank also. So there are cash balance and bank balance also. So if there is double column cash book means having two columns, cash and bank columns. The next is petty cash book. A petty cash book means where there is small expenses, when the amount is very less, right? Then a cashier will pass the small amount transaction in petty cash book and the main amount cash transaction in main cash book, right? This is petty cash book. What are the format of single column cash book? This is the form of single column cash book. The first column is date. After that particular means receipts, input of cash in business. Then voucher number, right? Then ledger folio. After that amount. This is one side, debit side, right? Another one, we know that every account has two sides, debit side and credit side. So this is 5 column comes under the debit side and 5 columns comes under the credit side. Date, particulars means here payments outflow of the cash from the business. Voucher number, ledger folio and amount column. This is credit side, the 5 column in debit side and 5 column in credit side. This is the format of single column cash book. Here is only one column. It's a amount. Amount means cash column. Cash column. Okay, next is cash book always shows a debit balance. Now what is it? Debit balance means the debit side, see in this, the debit side means this side, receipt side, debit side is always greater than the credit side, means receipts are more in the comparison of payments. Then the balance will be treated as the debit balance, means it should be noted that the total of the debit side of the cash book always exceeds the credit side. It is because a businessman cannot pay more cash than what he has got. Right? It is debit. The cash book always shows a debit balance or at the most nil balance, but can never show a credit balance. Means debit side is always greater than the credit side. Okay. The difference, see in this, the difference will be written on the credit side. Payment is less than the receipts, then there will be a difference, and the difference will be written on this side, credit side, right? And by balance carried down word will be used for showing the difference, right? This will make the total of two sides, debit side and credit side, equal, and the total will be written in the two columns opposite one another. The closing balance become opening balance of cash in hand at the beginning of the next period. Means closing balance become opening balance. This is closing balance become opening balance of cash in hand at the beginning of the next period, and it is written on as to balance brought down. This is opening balance of cash. The illustration one is, enter the following transaction in a single column cash book. Year is 2020, March 1, commence business with cash 20,000. When a businessman introduce a cash in a business, it become capital, and cash is coming in the business, it will be written in a receipt side, means debit side. What will be the entry? 20,000 amount, 2020, 1 March, to capital account, it become capital, the amount is 20,000. The next is bought goods for cash 5,000. Bought good for cash, if we purchasing goods, then cash is going out from the business, it will be written in payment side, 2020 to March by purchase account 5,000. The next is March 5, sold goods for cash 4,000. When we selling goods, then cash is coming in the business, then it will be written in the receipt side to sales account. If you are noticing that we will write only those transactions where cash is affected, means if cash is coming, if cash is going out, right? The next is March 10, goods purchased from Ravi on credit. This transaction is related to the credit transaction are not recorded in the cash book, तो हम इसे क्या कर देंगे, छोड़ देंगे. The next is 13 transaction paid to Ravi, how much amount? 7,000. paid to Ravi. Cash is going out. Date is 13. Then okay, in debit side, this is debit side, this is credit side. In debit side, we will start our entry in particular from 2, and in credit side from buy, right? Then buy Ravi 7,000. Next is cash sales. Cash is coming in the business. 15 to sales account. 8,000. Next is purchase furniture for cash. 6,000. We are purchasing furniture. Cash is going out from the business. Then buy furniture. 6,000. Next is paid wages. Amount is 380. Paid wages, it is also an expense. By wages account 380. The next is paid rent 400. Expense 24 by rent account 400. Next is received commission. Received commission means cash is coming. 6,000. 26 to commission account 600. Okay, next transaction is date 28. Withdrew for personal expense 1,000. It is drawing. If a businessman withdraw cash, cash is going out from the business. Shown on payment side 28 by drawing account 1,000. Next is paid salary 900. Expense 31st date by salary account. Transaction is amount is 900. We have written all the transaction in cash book, right? So what we have to do now, we write here total receipts, here total payments, right? Total this side, debit side, total is 32,600, and total this side, the total payment is 2680. Okay, I discussed earlier that the total of debit side is always greater than the total of credit side. You can see total receipt is 32,600 and total payment is 2680, right? And the difference between the total receipt and total payment will be balance carried down, shown on credit side. (31st) date will be written by balance carried down. What is the difference? 32,600 minus 2680. The difference is 11,920. Here written 11,920. After that, total here 32,600 and double line. Okay, and after that we have to just here 31st March. The next month is 1 April. To balance brought down. This is opening balance from April month. This is closing balance of the March month. How much amount? 11,920, and it become opening balance from coming month, right? This is first illustration, and try to solve the